France, I didn't mention it before, but we have a free university. So I'm just paying, I think, 140 euros per year. And that's it.
Okay.
And I have all the classes. I have amazing teachers. It's a huge university, but I'm not paying at all since 6 years that I'm there.
Okay. Buongiorno, buon pomeriggio e buonasera a tutti, benvenuti a una nuova puntata di Cross the Line. Ancora con noi oggi ritorna Greg e Luca, ovviamente. E come state, ragazzi? Tutto bene?
Tutto bene, va tutto bene.
Tutto bene.
Noi stiamo sempre da Dio.
Ok, come dico sempre all'inizio di ogni puntata, ringrazio ancora Greg per essere ritornato qui e parlare comunque di tematiche che stanno interessando. Abbiamo visto comunque che la puntata internazionale è piaciuta tanto, quindi vogliamo continuare a farle, portare nuovi contenuti. Per questo Greg è tornato con noi per portarci una nuova tematica le opportunità di lavoro in Francia, il fatto di cercare comunque lavoro anche all'estero e le opportunità che ci sono. Quindi let's start.
Guys, so as Eduardo said earlier, we're here again with Greg, and we also kept the same clothes because we want to have luck as the first time. So let's start by remembering the first part. So in the first part, we talked about the pessimistic view that us Italians have about the future. And I think that one of the reasons why is because the job opportunities in our Italian market are, well, they're actually really terrible, especially compared to other European countries. And so we now have the opportunities to learn more about the job market. So Greg, how is the French job market?
It's a little bit tricky. It's better. I would say that it's better than before, but it's not as good as how do we say the best period after the Second World War.
The golden age.
The golden age.
The golden age.
So we are trying to get into this kind of points. So to be really in a quantitative part, the unemployment in France is up to 7% of the active population. And before Macron, so 5-6 years ago, it was at 10% of the active proportion of people in France. So we moved to a better point with a +3 of points, but it's not enough. We have still people with no job opportunities. It's really hard to get a job. There is many companies, but now they want really specific type of jobs and with a certain type of qualification of the salaries. So it's really hard for the salaries to get a job and to reach their goals, because now also maybe the problem of university and the jobs market that we are there is specialization, but the university need to adapt also to new job opportunities, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How do you see, Greg, the France in the coming years about politics from bring back the people that move abroad and bring back the competence, the ability, and of people that go away and would like maybe come back?
Okay, so for example, French people going away, and I'm Macron and I want to take them. Come back, not stay in Silicon Valley. It's better in France.
Yeah. That's the point.
Exactly.
Maybe about that, I will a little bit do a deviation of your question, and I will answer that it's better to try to keep the good workers in France. because when they will go abroad, I think maybe it will be a little bit harder to make them come back. And I'm saying that because about all the AI and the new technological stuff. Many good researcher in France and good entrepreneurs goes away and goes to United States because they are really well paid there, and so we are a little bit we are not so good in competition with the United States about that. So we need to really keep them in France, and I think also in Italy. I'm speaking about the entire Europe because it's more.
Of course.
So yeah, we need to keep them, and it starts in the universities to make the link with jobs and to say to the engineers, come to see the jobs. There are many possibilities for you, and to link that before they will go away.
Okay, but do you think? Okay.
Go.
Okay. Do you think it is only related to the salary of the job seeking, or maybe there is some maybe curiosity of work in another country? What do you think?
It could be. I don't know. I'm not a magician. I don't know, but it could be. It could be. But maybe not about the salary, but about the taxes. Like we have many tax in France. Like when you get well paid, you can have a tax until 45% of your entire salary. So it's really huge. And we all know that if you are going to Dubai, for example, you will have 0% of taxes. So some people, I think it's most of the people going away. It's more people that they are not so close about France and about them country, so they are just focused about their life, their salary, and to have no taxes and to be really in a safe zone, because some of them I know that they are speaking about the problems of security in France and security in general, about immigration. It's always the same type of speaking and of speaks, and it's not my opinion, but if they prefer going away, it's like that. Okay. I think it's quite the same in Italy, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Sorry, Luca. It's the same. I think it's a problem related to all the Europe. It's impossible. I think from now contrast these job opportunities from Arabia Saudita, Qatar, Dubai, and so on.
Yes. But still, it's a problem. It's an issue of equilibrium between between inequalities, between salaries, between health system, and I think we have the most advanced system in the entire world, because I prefer being in Europe and having a health system really strong than being in the United States and just being in the private mode. Okay, I'm paying a lot to have an hospitalization, and it's really not fair. So I prefer paying for the others and to try to reduce inequalities. It's a mindset also. People are different.
I totally agree. Of course.
I wanted to ask you this thing, just to have a more, let's say, a more detailed view on the job markets in France, and also to help Italians that want to go abroad there. Who are the most sought after workers in France? So what do you think the French bosses, like the French CEO, French HR, is searching in the people that they want to hire?
In terms of
degree,
skills, of human qualities, of background, university, like all that?
In terms of degree and also of skills.
Okay. Honestly, I guess it's quite the same in Europe, but still there are some differences, and I'm going to explain that. I know that in the private sector, regarding all the huge, the big startups, big companies, also in bank, all the stronger companies in France, they will prefer profiles from a business school. Because in France we have this differentiation between university and business school. I know that in many countries, for example, but you have I know with Bocconi and university.
Yeah.
You mean private?
It's a private school, okay.
And if I'm taking this example, someone from Bocconi will have many chances to get into a strong company in France because he has the profile of business school. For me, it's a little bit too simple, this system, because it's
a system that maintain the status quo in equal. So if you are rich, you remain rich.
Completely. Exactly. And just because you prefer the private mode, okay, so I know the director of the business school, and so your business school is good, you can go to my company. But we have many universities, many good universities with good teachers. They did PhD, they did many things, and we are not promoting this system. So yeah, for me, I'm not agreeing with that. But to answer to your question, yes, there is this kind of profiles, which it's always the same: business school or from. So if I need to speak for the Italian people, I think when you are stranger, it can be easier. If you are from a big school or a big university, really well known. So yeah, depends of that.
Okay, but always economics.
If we are speaking about going to startups, bank, it's economics, it's finance, but I don't know. For there are many sectors, but
okay,
for the public sector, for politics, it's maybe more difficult. So you need to adapt to the law of each countries if you want to get into the system. Depends, but yeah, for economics, management, finance, it's always the same type of profiles.
Okay, thanks. So I think we can move on.
Okay, go. In my opinion, what I think is also the real problem is not the possibility to have a business school and study from the best entrepreneurship or entrepreneur or the best professor. The problem is also to get the possibility to people to study in a public school to get the same interview. You can pay for a better education, but you must guarantee the same opportunity to everyone. So that's my point.
Yeah,
and I think in Italy also there is a small movement, something changed. So sometimes if you have I get grades from my school, you don't pay nothing for Bocconi, from Luis, or for Lumsa. You know, there is this possibility.
You have scholarships, like
yes,
we have scholarships.
Yeah, we also have that, and I think this is really cool in France that we are a lot about diversity. So all the scholarships we have in a business school, etc. It's really focused on diversity and on what you have revenues, and so yeah, there is a scale of that, and so it's helping a lot of people. It's really cool.
We talked about the salary, which obviously is the main benefit of a job. So I wanted to ask you a thing about the French worker conditions. Which are the most common benefit? Where do you think, for example, you lack something, so you need to improve, and that's it.
So for example, I'm in a company, I have a lack of something, but about skills?
No, about the benefits that the company gives you. Like here in Italy, apart, you don't only get, for example, the salary, but also like a car from the company or the PC. I wanted to know more about the benefits that you get.
Yeah.
And also, where do you think there's a lack of it?
Okay. A lack of benefit in general.
Yeah.
But I can answer you directly that you have a lack of benefit when you are in the public sector, for sure. And I was in the parliament, so you don't have the same benefit that you will have in a private company. But yeah, if I stay in the example of a startup, a bank, or something like that, because it's huge companies, you will have huge benefits. And also, so in France, I think it's different for that in Italy, but we have a country really centralized into Paris. So everything happens in Paris. The biggest manufacturers, the biggest companies, the main office are in Paris.
Of course.
So you need to go to Paris first if you want to get the best benefits for that. And I know in Italy it's different. You have region really more equal about that. And but even if Milano, it's the economic city, but there is many things.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Greg, how do you see your relationship with the cost of Paris? You know, from
I don't want to check my bank account right now. I don't want to check. I will not tell you. No, it's hard, and like,
even also if you are a student, people, you know, if you don't get yet a job, you know.
Yeah. Well, there is two things to say. Like, first, it's really expensive. You are students, you need to pay for a flat. The flat costs a lot, more than 600 per month, and really it's the bottom. The average is for 700 or 800. The cost of life in general, if you want to go to a bar, if you want to go to a restaurant, it's really, really expensive. Also because of all the conflicts like in the world, so the inflation is really going to submit. It's crazy. And like in France, we had a huge inflation, but in Paris, it was 30% more than the entire country. So you need to add 30% more than the inflation in general of the country. This is crazy. So the first point, it's really expensive to be in Paris. But the second point is that there is a lot of helps. France is really a beautiful country for that. That we help a lot people who need many things about money, etc. So there are special flats for people with less revenues, and they can pay maybe 200 and be in a flat, in a really good flat. So we help a lot. There are also many subventions about like, I know I'm in a flat in Paris. I'm young, like less than 27 years old. I can have something named like CAF, which is I get 200 euro per day. Per days, no, per year.
A day it would be good. It would be good. I'm coming with you. You know,
it's per month, but it's really good. 200. So you have some. It's not scholarships, but this kind of stuff. If you need that, government acts a lot about that also.
Okay. So you think that you can live off of it? You can live off of like a scholarship in Paris?
If I can live
off means that you can live with you can live with like the benefits that
don't worry, Luca, don't worry.
I can't live with all the helps from outside. Is your point?
Can you live with them?
But without them, I can't.
No, but with them you can, right?
Yeah,
you don't need like a job.
It depends for who also. It's really expensive, so I have the help of my parents, which is really important for that. But then also I have the insurance that after all my studies I will get a job well paid, because the life is expensive, but then you will have also good salaries compared to other countries. It's just a comparison between the salary and the cost of life. So it's all up in France.
Okay, but I imagine before I imagine young people that maybe don't have the possibility to go to Paris and is not live in Paris, so maybe in Grenoble, for example.
Good city. My grandparents are from there, so I know it's really
okay.
You can share it.
You have a very tangible difficult, to change your status, your possibility, because you are in Grenoble. You can't move on in Paris, and you can't go abroad. So that's the point. What I say, the European people, the European state must give the possibility to access university and job also for people that can move on. And I think the smart working also can be a possibility from these people,
Yeah, I agree with that. But, and also if I can add some point, what that is, that in France, I didn't mention it before, but we have a free university. So I'm just paying, I think, 140 euros per year, and that's it.
Okay.
And I have all the classes. I have amazing teachers. It's a huge university, but I'm not paying at all since 6 years that I'm there.
Okay. But the same for the business school or only for the university?
Okay. But still, like in France, our system is there is so business school and university, but we have a lot of university and a lot of students there. So it's an important part of that business school. It's a little bit a parallel
elite.
But so many people are in university and we are not paying at all. So I think this is the most crazy thing, and it's so cool. Also for the stranger, maybe they are paying a little bit, but the students are protesting for that to stay the cost really at the bottom, and to give the possibility to a stranger to come and have the same benefits of university free in France. It's really good.
Okay. Luca?
So, I have just one last question. You said that obviously everything is around Paris. You think that job opportunities elsewhere exist and are good or not?
In Paris?
No, other than Paris.
Yes. It depends for what, but yes, still we have really good activity in many huge cities. We have a really diverse territory, so there are many things that you can do in one part of France that you will not be able to do in another part. So it gives you the possibility to have different types of jobs, because of when you are close to the sea, when you are close to the mountains. Also in Alsace with Strasbourg, you are close to Europe with the European Parliament. So many job opportunities for maybe different type of sectors, and but I'm not the best guy to speak about that because I moved directly to Paris, and I'm just focused a little bit on the job opportunities that I have in Paris. So, but I'm sure that people from Grenoble, from Nice, from other cities could speak about that really clearly, and we have many possibilities in general.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Okay, Greg, very last quickly question. Yes. How do you see your future?
I will try to be quick. Tell me.
How do you see your future?
Whoa, it's a tough question.
From 5 years.
Okay, well, perfect. I know. I have a plan. So I'm going to explain that.
Okay.
I want to
two wife, 4 kids.
No, man.
Of course.
Aspetta. Before wife, before kids, I'm gonna work first. Try to be sure that I have a good career. So I want first to finish next year my master's degree in Sorbonne in my university. It will be in apprenticeship. I don't know.
Apprenticeship, yes.
Yeah.
Apprenticeship, yeah. So I'm gonna start working in consulting group. Now I'm really advanced in different recruiting process in a big four like EY, Deloitte.
See, Deloitte, yes.
Exactly.
KPMG, yeah.
And I want to work as a finance consultant specialized in the public sector, because after the experience I had in the French Parliament, I'm really, I really like the general interest and to act for everyone and not just for your private company. So when you are working about the public sector, you're working for institutions, you're working for universities, for many actors, really important actors. So I want to become a consultant and then to stay there at least 5 years. So it's going exactly to your plan. So perfect. In 5 years, I hope being still in the group, in the consulting group.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So, Greg, thank you very much for being here for the second time, and maybe there will be a third one, maybe with a different, opinion, maybe a Spanish guy or a Spanish girl also. And
let's not talk about that. We will let the surprise.
Let the surprise. And I leave the floor to Luca to close this beautiful episode.
So, guys, I think that these are one of the most beautiful episodes ever, because it's so. I mean, obviously, he's one of my greatest friends that I met in Erasmus, so I'm a little bit biased. But
don't make me cry, please. Don't make me cry.
I'm already crying. I can't stop it. And I think that it's really good for everybody who listens to also get a grasp on other European lives. So I think this is a huge opportunity, and I want to thank each one of you. That obviously, thanks to Greg and thanks also to Edo, we managed to deliver this service.
Thank you so much to you, and also if someone has any question about France, about moving into Europe, I will be really happy to discuss with you. So do not hesitate to contact me if you want.
Okay. Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
Thanks.